we scored a really good goal, really well worked goal. You know, we get Jackson round the back, we've worked in that. You know, we've watched a lot of their set plays, we know they're weak at set plays. A lot of teams got a lot of free headers, a first contact against them in the 4 games that we've watched, and we knew we could get something. And for whatever reason, they say there's a foul. There is no foul. Josh Ray loses his foot, he studs in the grass, falls down, and they've deemed that as contact and a foul. It's really poor and embarrassing. Again, it's the second one in 5 games that we've had against us. It's not good enough, Gareth. I had this last season, and I kept getting told the same thing. It will even itself out over the season. I've yet to see that. And that's what frustrates me, because listen, take nothing away from the game. Did we deserve to win the game? No. Did we deserve a point? Yes. And I said to my players at half time, this game will finish 1-0 to someone, and it'll be whoever makes a mistake. We made a mistake, nothing to do with Lloyd or the 2 officials on the side of the pitch, the linesmen, nothing to do with them, our mistake. But in the main, we still got a point because we scored a really good, legitimate corner and a great header for Jackson. That's my only disappointment.
There seem to be suggestions the linesman
gave it, not the ref. And that baffles me because, again, how can you see through bodies? You have to be 100% if you're making a big call like that to chop a goal off. And again, in my own opinion, it's the wrong decision, and that's what frustrates me tonight.
Have you spoken to the officials, see what they said, or any?
I had a quick brief chat that I'll stay private. I understand their reasoning and why it's been given, but like I say, you have to be 100%. And like I say, it's easy for me to sit here now and speak to you guys because I've seen it over and over. We've got a very good angle because we've got a camera right behind the goal so we can see it clear as day. There is no foul, and that's what hurts me tonight, because my boys would again be sitting here undefeated so far in the league campaign with 5 draws, and that's what hurts the most, because like I say, we've done enough to get a point today.
How frustrating is it, also the penalty at Firhill and also the decision today have cost you potentially 2 victories in the league so far?
Well, certainly 1 victory. I don't think we deserved 3 points today. Like I say, I think today we at least deserved a point. But again, I can't take anything away for the goal. We can see it's not good enough. You know, it's 1 punt for 18-yard box, keeper's in his own half, or in his own 18-yard box, sorry, and shells the ball 80 yards down the pitch, and we allow it to bounce. And then the centre back and goalkeeper, no man's land, and Dylan Hastings got the easiest chance he's got all season to have, and just headers it over the goal over the goalkeeper into empty net. Sorry, it's just not good enough. And that's my frustration. You know, there was nothing in the game. I thought 2 teams were at it. Raith Rovers probably used the elements a bit better by just turning the ball as best they could more often than not, because the pitch was really sticky. Take nothing away from Adam, it's not his fault. You know, we don't have an irrigation system here where we can water the pitch for 10-15 minutes before the game kicks off. You know, the heat, and we've been used to that a million times. But listen, we can't. The two big moments in the game are our goal getting chopped off, and their goal, our defence not communicating.
The game really wasn't allowed to flow, was it? It was constant fouls and a lot of silly yellow cards. Barry had said himself he felt that the referee was far too card happy today.
Yep, I would agree with that. You know, it's too stop-start. The game isn't allowed to flow. The teams don't get into a rhythm. You know, my young midfielder, first tackle, gets a yellow card. It just kills. You know, I had to take him off at half time because I was wary of him maybe getting a needless second, or maybe not even a needless second, maybe just a reaction to get sent off. So I had to kill a young kid's game today because I was wary of maybe getting that red card. So we had to have a bit of game management there. But yeah, I would have to agree with Barry there. You know, I don't think the game was allowed to flow at any tempo today.
Yeah, you were shouting a few times at your players to show a bit more intensity. How frustrating is it for them to not just come out from the off with that from the start?
Listen, I think that's just the reality of the game at the moment. You know, the game's changed since I played. You know, we can't give people desire. They've either got it or they don't. And that's what hurts me, because like I say, the time I've been here, my teams have been built on intensity, you know, giving teams a minute, being on the front foot. But today we had too many passengers, and like I say, that's on me. You know, I pick the team, so like I say, I have to have a rethink. the squad selection next week, because we need more out of some of the players. We're not getting enough.
And this goes from unbeaten in 5 to now no wins in 5. How do you get back to winning ways after going on a run like that to start the season?
Yeah, listen, that's just part and parcel of the game. I'd rather pick up points than having no points. Like I say, there's no easy game in this division. There's no divine right to just turn up and pick up 3 points. You have to work hard. But like I say, there's been decisions went against us. It's cost us not picking up all 3 points. So we just have to regroup. Like I say, we've had a no bad start to the season. We've played arguably the 5 biggest spenders in the division, and we've picked up decent points. So I'm really happy with the group. Like I say, I'm disappointed with the decision that went against us again today. As players and as management staff, we can't do anything about it. You know, we're working as hard as we can to prepare a team for a Saturday, and then you get decisions like that just kills the full momentum of the game. So, like I say, I can't blame the players for errors. That's not on them. That's on other individuals.
Cheers.